Okay, gonna be a news conference. C.U.P.E. Radio Canada, La Moudimard. Anyway, so C.U.P.E. is stating that the roads are not good, which I agree, because I drove from Miramichi to here, and not good. So let's see how many people. I hear Minister is going to be there. Saw him in the media yesterday. Put this camera on just to see. I used to attend this conference a lot. I don't do it as much. But transportation, a lot of unanswered questions. Comment ça va?
Bien, toi?
Ça va très bien.
Oh, I see you keep the strap on.
Ça.
Right?
From the music, so.
Journalist is here.
So when you're in the opposition, you could whine and cry and cry.
Do you have some Kleenex for me?
Yeah, but you cry so much, it's all political, right?
No, it's not political. It's called standing up for the local guy. Some of it's political. Why wouldn't it be?
Like it is.
Well, you were the executive assistant to, what's his name again? Oh yeah, Blaine.
Blaine Higgs.
So, cutbacks.
What cutbacks?
The cutbacks, transportation, you guys cut backs, right?
Everything happens in the past. Doesn't mean you can't fix
It's
the
time
future.
to stop making excuses and playing the blame game. I mean,
Don't go away.
you can't keep doing that. You know, it's time for a solution, Charles.
There we go. Okay, here we go. It's okay. Real news conference. No, but are you guys being political?
It's not political.
No.
It's not political.
No.
But you guys made the cutbacks.
Everybody made cutbacks, Charles. Right back to Denny Landry, and before that, there was changes to the department.
What about between to stop the plows, removed it then from 11 o'clock at night till 4 o'clock in the morning?
That was 2008 when Denny Landry was minister.
I hear that was David Alworth.
Pardon?
I hear with David Alworth.
Is this rolling?
Of course.
Okay.
I know. Of course it's rolling. I wouldn't do it hard, ask you a hard question like this if it wasn't rolling.
It's not a hard question because I did my research.
Facts. I want facts.
Do you know Andrew?
Andrew Holland used to be the spokesperson for transportation.
For Denny Landry?
Yes. I do sympathize. You know, so say name, revise. Read it.
So I do sympathize, and I like Andrew. Andrew's a great fellow.
Yeah.
Tells it like it is.
Yeah.
I do sympathize. At DOT, we had 2008 budget cut. So to find savings, we revised our winter maintenance policy. To find savings, DOT reduced plowing from 11 to 5 a.m. to save on OT, fuel, sand, salt water, and tear.
So are they cutting back? Are they? What's the problem here? Anyway?
Right now?
Yeah.
Well, the problem, there's different problems, but what raised this problem was the fact that Bill Fraser got caught changing the calibration on the spinners on the salt to the sand truck, so they're not spinning out the same amount of sand and
You
salt.
sure about that?
I'm sure about that.
Positive.
And you know how I know?
How? Go ahead. The camera's on.
Because I talked to the operators, and they were upset because they didn't feel it was the right thing to do. It wasn't safe. So, I mean, when they start talking, they get and if they don't want to do it, they get their jobs threatened, and that's not right either.
So we're having politics of cutbacks, and there could be some human life being lost.
Well, I don't understand why Bill thought he needed to cut back on the salt, because he says he's spending 15% more in his budgets every year. It just doesn't make sense. So why is he doing it? And on top of that, which is another discussion we'll go into another day, like how there'll be another chapter to this, it's an inferior quality of salt too, right? So
Where's the salt from?
all over. We're hearing it's coming from Chile, it's coming from Egypt, Magdalene Islands.
And when you guys were in power, it came from where?
Piccadilly
Mines in Sussex.
Sussex.
They're our own resource, Charles, and it's still in the ground, and we're not able to use it.
Press conference is going to start. We got to
What's
catch
that?
this.
Oh, you got to catch this. I thought this was a press conference right here. I was ready to go home.
No, we need to hear. My watch. Doesn't want to feel naked. Comment ça va?
Conservative idea, are we going to have the legislator here, question period?
Hard to say.
I
hope so.
You have a lot of guts here to come here.
Why wouldn't I be here?
This morning.
This is our cruise, our team.
I was told by the Conservative that they slowed down on the south to turn the machine. I just talked to Jeff, your buddies there. It's the car.
Oh yeah? I'll have more to say about that in a minute, Charles.
Do you?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not too often you see ministers attending these news conferences.
I don't understand why not. We should be.
One more thing, I heard you this morning, Terry said, I thought you were going to hang up the phone for 1 second.
Why would I hang up the phone?
Because they didn't want to be political, but Jeff Carr was allowed to be political.
Well, I just think Terry Sagan needs to be fair to everybody and give everybody the same opportunity. But I told him that.
So how come you didn't hang up the phone?
Because then I wouldn't have had my opportunity.
But you're from Miramichi. I thought that temper was going to come out.
No, I have no temper.
No temper at all? Okay. Enjoy.
No. Okay, thank you. Clarified.
It's not a wedding.
Oh, I'm integrating. I'm integrating.
Anyway, thank you everybody for being here today. My name's Andrew Hardy. I'm president of C.U.P.E 1190, General Labor and Trades. The operators are one of the groups that we represent that do the provincial highways and the rural roads and so forth. Anyway, the reason why we called the press conference today is there's been a lot of talk and a lot of complaints about the highway system, you know, whether it's the rural areas, the main highways. You know, there's been complaints about Route 1 and 2, just so you know, that's not our roads, that's the P3 highways. When you hear those complaints, that's got nothing to do with us. So anyway, before I start, I'm going to get people to introduce themselves. Maybe I'll get them to introduce themselves to the head table that's here with me today.
Daniel Leger, président du SCFP Nouveau-Brunswick.
Gregory McConaughey, president for A4A Paramedics Union and Dispatchers.
Joey Kelly, provincial treasurer for C.U.P.E 1190.
Brian Watson, provincial president for C.U.P.E 1253, bus drivers, custodians, maintenance and trades.
So anyway, I want to thank all the media for being here today. I want to thank the Honourable Minister Fraser for being here, the Honourable Jeff Carr, critic, for the Conservative Party to be here today as well, and all other guests. Thank you very much. Anyway, I'm going to start by showing you some stuff that when this all started, okay? You know, this just didn't happen overnight, okay? This all started back in 2011. okay, under the previous government. And if you don't, there was, the previous government in 2011 cut 21 plows, okay? And they kept it going in 2013 and 14, and if you don't remember that from a previous press conference, 26 plows and 70 less operators. So this hasn't happened overnight, okay? This is something that happened years ago, and it's still impacting us today. And some of the reasons, okay, is the snow and ice control policy was changed. Some of the issues were changed with that. What I mean by that is that if anybody's seen that, there's a snow and ice control policy. We used to go out into the rural areas when there was 2 centimeters down, okay? Now we don't go out if there's it's got to be at least 8 centimeters or more. We got to, actually what the policy says, try to get out there, okay? So that, before, we were out there constantly, okay? Before they made changes to this policy. And also, another part of the policy is 11 to 4, okay? They haul us off the road at 11 o'clock, and we go back out at 4. And the reason being is that, you know, the operators, these guys and girls, okay, they got to get out of those plows and get a rest. So under the snow footer policy, it states that after 16 hours, they should be home and rested for 6 and then back in. Over the years, what happened was due to cuts in previous years, and I got the totals right here, okay? Back when this program started in 2007, 2008, we had 579 operators, okay? 2017 and 18, we have 487 now, okay? Now, most of those cuts were done previous to 2017 and 18, okay? There was, like, we didn't lose any operators this year or anything like that. We have 92 less operators in the winter maintenance program now, okay? First, the plows go, my calculation from the information I got at the time,